What's up, guys? It's release day. We are here. We got our two starter decks. Our Shimmering Skies, we got our Emerald Steel and our Ruby Amethyst, and we're going to go ahead and box open these today. So I think we're going to go ahead and start with this Emerald Steel. You see our cover characters here is Scar and Kronk of the new series. And if I do believe so, which it looks like we don't have the deck list on the box anymore, is that these decks out of set 5 are completely entirely of set 5. And we will go ahead and confirm that today if I can remember how to open these. I think I'm just gonna rip and tear. I'm saving the cover hopefully to recycle at least with some buttons or markers or something like that. But there we go, we got it open. I'll set that off to the side. And we have our starter deck for Emerald and Steel sealed right here in the wax paper. And it also comes with these counters. You got damage markers, you got a lore counter. Go ahead and slide that out. You got a couple more markers on the back. And we got one Shimmering Skies pack, which is super awesome. Excited to open it. This will be my first pack of the new set. And looks like we have a quick start book here with the rules to go ahead and get you going. And it also comes with a paper playmat, which can be used to help introduce people to the game and things like that. You can see here, cards in play, inkwell, deck, and discard. Looks like it is built for either side of your board if you're left-handed or right-handed, which is pretty cool. We'll toss these to the side and save them for later. I actually enjoy using these markers and stuff like that. It came in pretty handy when I needed some extra counters. Still waiting on figuring out if I'm gonna go ahead and buy my own somewhere or who I'm gonna go with for that. But I think we go ahead and start with this pack, don't we? We'll go ahead and see what we get out of this. We try to open these carefully since I like to reuse my packaging. And we can see our new filler card. It looks like they advertised their new gateway product, which is a great product to introduce kids or anyone interested in learning how to play. And this gives them the step-by-step process. So that is a cool card to give, better than the location instructions from the other set. So we'll go ahead and look at our first pack of Shimmering Skies. We got Ruby Mickey Mouse here, Healing Decanter, Retro Sphere, Clarabelle, Vision of the Future, When Will My Life Begin, Maleficent. We got the new 04 stat lines there. We got a Robin Hood, a Pete. A lot of people are excited for that card there. We got Sir Ector. We got a Queen. I believe this is a super rare here. It's got the ward and it's meant for the Queen tribal there. Got going on. And our first foil for the set is Fauna, the good fairy, the green fairy that's in Emerald. Awesome. So that is pretty exciting. It was a cool first pack. I'm excited for this art. And we'll go ahead and we'll just crack open this Emerald Steel starter deck. If I can figure out how to peel the paper here as I damage the cards. There we go. So with starter decks, you get 2 guaranteed foils, and those are your character cover cards. So there is our foil Kronk here. And our foil Scar. So Scar here is an emerald. Whenever one of your characters challenge a damaged character, you may draw a card. And he has Ward. So this is a new kind of draw engine for Emerald. And Emerald does want to play off of a lot of your opponent's damaged cards. Here is Kronk, Head of Security. He is a Shift 5. And during your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may play a character with cost 5 or less for free. So you can shift and challenge the same turn you shift, and then if you banish another character with that challenge, then you are playing a character from your hand. I'm excited to see how that can play. You can in this steel deck, Emerald Steel deck, we'll go ahead and see what kind of characters you can play off of that and see how well that goes. So right after the foil cards, we see our Robin Hood here. He has a 4 lore. And for each 1 damage on opposing characters, you pay 1 less to play this character. So this is a new type of card that they're implementing, sort of like Chernobog, which now feels like a trial card, where every color has some sort of 9-cost card that you are trying to find requisites to play them cheaper. And this one, he is questing for 4 with Ward. We got our new hyenas out here. This one, whenever one of your hyena characters challenges a damaged character, gain 2 lore. So you got a lore gainer based off of damaging characters, which is pretty cool. More of those damage abilities. Here's Yzma. Tug of War. This is the connecting art to that Stitch. Looks like they are doing a little game of tug of war at the festivities. So we got deal 1 damage to each opposing character without evasive, or deal 3 damage to each opposing character with evasive. So you have an evasive answer there. We have Shenzi with a challenging and an evasive ability. You got Little John with the new 0-4 stat line. We got 3 of those. Here we have Ed, a 3 lore character, where damaged characters can't challenge that character, so it is a special kind of evasive. We have a Shift 3 Robin Hood, who is gaining lore based off of damaged characters in your opponent's play. Looks like we got 2 of those. We got Tropical Rainforest. These jaguars are looking vicious. It looks like opposing damaged characters gain Reckless, which can be a hard ability to work around if they can't sing. And it looks like it does not require a character at this location. So if you got damage pinged out there, they have to challenge on their turn. We have a 2/2/2 Arthur. He could be handy for the new Shift Enchanted Arthur. We have a Bodyguard Sleepy with a 0-4 stat line. Not too bad, just to have a blocker out there. We got Simba here. When you play this character, you may banish chosen item or location. That is pretty solid, especially shifting 4. There's a couple cards out there you're going to want to be targeting this new set. And here's another Pete, just like we pull out of the pack. When you play this character, opponents can't play actions until the start of your next turn. So this can definitely give you a buffer, which can save you a turn if you know they're going to pull something out on you. It'd be a great card to save you in a game-winning situation. Food Fight. Your characters gain Exert, pay 1 ink, deal 1 damage to the chosen character this turn. So this is like the Robin Hood's bow, I believe. It's pretty cool, an uninkable 1-drop. But it could be very useful for a card that is avoiding challenges. We got an evasive Zazu here. Sort of reminds me of like a Ray. We'll have to compare that to Ray later to see if we like him more. Here's an Ed, the laughing hyena with a flavor text of a hat, 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 he. I wonder what he's laughing about. A 2-drop Robin Hood. When you play this character, if an opponent has a damaged character in play, gain 1 lore. So more instant lore based on damaged characters on your opponent's side of the field. It's pretty interesting. Might be pretty vicious for someone who knows how to work around those. When you play this character, you may exert chosen damage character. Looks like you won't be able to hide if you have any damaged characters on the other side of the field. Another 3 of those. We got Ulf. Is it Ulf from Tangled? This character can't sing to sing songs. Some decks you don't need that, so for the cost of that, you might get better stats or lore out of it, which could benefit you. Night Howler Rage. Draw a card. Chosen character gain Reckless during their next turn. Not bad to get you a card advantage and to throw Reckless on another character. I like it. Draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards from your hand on the top of your deck in any order. So you're able to cycle out 2 cards technically from your hand, but you are putting those back on top, so you should remember that those next 2 turns you are not drawing new cards. You'll know exactly what they are. Another Simba here. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may draw a card. Pretty good. You got a 2/4 stat line, so you got to make sure that they're weak enough to get that banished so you can get that card draw. We got Rudy, a 2/2 vanilla. He's there. We got the Royal Guard. He just wants to go home because he was turning into a cow. Excited to see him here. Excited to have more of those animal shifted cards from Cusco and the Emperor's New Groove. We got a new Kronk here. He's a challenger +1, so he gets an extra 1 strength while challenging. So he's a 2/4, pretty healthy for a 2-drop, which can help you get a couple of questing out or to distract some of your opponent characters a bit longer. We got this new Hey. He's a 5-drop bodyguard, 4/5 stat line with 2 lore. His flavor tech is Who's the Boat Snack Now? Pretty solid, exciting. Hey deserves the recognition that he is getting. When will my life begin? Chosen character can't challenge during your next turn. Draw a card. So more card draw on a 3-cost card, which isn't too bad. So you see here, we have gone through our entire Emerald and Steel deck, and there is a lot of card draw options, and there is a lot of benefits for having damaged characters on your opponent's side of the field, which is exciting. You saw we have the new Hyena line. We have a couple of Kronks. We got some Robin Hoods out here. And this is starter deck 1 of Shimmering Skies that is completely full of all set 5 cards, which you should be excited about. And we will be back to go ahead and open up our next Ruby Amethyst starter deck. And we're back. Ruby Amethyst. We got Elsa. We got Ralph on here. This is the second deck of Shimmering Skies. Let's go ahead and crack this open. Maybe we'll be a little bit more aggressive with this one. It won't be as embarrassing to open it. There we go. Popped it open a little bit faster. Still save the packaging in case I want to do something with it. Go ahead and throw that box to the side. And here is our starter deck. Our lore counters. Here is our starter deck pack, quick start book, and playmat. Let's go ahead and crack open this Donald pack. Looks like this one here has a split on the back, which is more favorable to open. Very cool. I think it does better on saving the packaging. Do you guys remember that Mickey Mouse head being there? Because I don't. I'm going to have to look at my old ones to see if those are there. Pretty cool. Never noticed. Do we get a different gateway card? Last time we got Elsa, I believe, and we got Elsa again. All right. First card out of our second pack of the set is Merlin Turtle. Here we have Obscurosphere. Break Free. That looks like the lantern that Captain Hook had her in. Here we got Keen Eye from Brother Bear. We got a Sneezy. We got Vacation Merlin. Amethyst Chromicon. I think this is the chase card for those Chromicons. Ooh, back-to-back Chromicons? Hello? We got Food Fight, which we saw in our starter deck. And we also got a Scar, which came in our starter deck. We got here a legendary Jafar. And if you don't know, these legendaries, even at base, is now textured. So that is pretty cool to see. Sort of makes it more exciting to pull a legendary in its slot. And right behind, we have another Keen Eye. The foil Keen Eye with the northern lights in the back. That's pretty cool. Could be a good Coda Keen Eye combo in the Hyper Aggro maybe, huh? But let's go ahead and take a look at this Jafar again. You can see there is a slight gloss to his character specifically. And maybe, if I can get the ultra zoom, there is just a different sort of texture to it. But we will look at that later. So that is our first legendary. Thank you, Starter Deck Ruby Amethyst. Alright, let's crack open this starter deck and see what we got in here. Sort of like opening a ice cream sandwich, huh? Foil character cards for the deck. We have Elsa, the Fifth Spirit, and we have Wreck-It Ralph. Following that is Anna. Shift 4. When you play this character, exert all opposing characters. These Amethyst combos with these frozen cards are pretty scary with those excerpts, huh? We've got the 9-cost Olaf here with the new ability of making it cheaper. This one, you need exerted characters in your opponent's play, and he is cheaper by each one. We got a Rush Vanellope here. It looks like she gains evasive on the first turn of her play. Sword Release. At the start of your turn, if you have a character in play with more strength than each opposing character in play, each opponent loses 1 lore, and you gain lore equal to the lore loss. So this is Flynn Rider, but in item form. And if they don't have an answer to items, this is going to be a mean card. You are only gaining 1 lore, and you only gain lore if your opponent loses a lore. So if they got 0, you're not gaining anything. But hey, that's free lore to me. We got Bruni. Excited to see him finally arrive in Lorcana. When this character in Banish, you may draw a card. Great card. So great, we got 2 of them. Archimedes. The owl. This is the one that got the Enchanted treatment. And I'm excited for that. I hope to see him. Evasive, Challenger +3, Shift 3, 2 lore. There's a lot to like about that card. King of Hearts. You get to exert him, and chosen exerted character can't ready at the start of their next turn. Pretty brutal. You're sacrificing, not challenging, or not gaining lore, but it definitely hurts your opponent. Draw 3 cards for 5 resources. I'm gonna have to see if I continue to throw some hate on that card. I'll see if it gets any better. The library. When a character is banished while here, you may draw a card. I've been told to put this in the hyper aggro decks. It is a 3 cost and it costs 1 to move, but definitely going to be worth it because a lot of times in my homebrew aggro deck I run into a lot of draw engine problems, so I'm excited to try that. We got, is it Taffeta? 2, 2, 2, and 2. Solid stack card. We got a Rush Turbo. He also counts as King Candy for shift. Didn't think about that when they released that Enchanted. So there is a shift target for you on that King Candy. We got a Taffeta shift card. When this character moves to a location, gain 2 lore. That's going to be a little dodgy. You're going to have to watch out for those fast location decks. 3 cost Minnie Mouse. When this character or one of your characters named Mickey Mouse challenges another character, gain 1 lore. So you got an offensive build off of Minnies and Mickeys, which could be pretty cool. There should be a big line of them out there. Glimmer versus Glimmer. So specifically a Glimmer card, which is an exciting part of the story. And it's Hercules and Hades, probably throwing down at the festival. Banish chosen character yours to banish chosen character. For 4 costs, this is like a Dragonfire where you're sacrificing your own card. But it'll be worth it if you're sacrificing a 1-drop and you're banishing one of your opponent's big bads. You got the Knock, the Water Horse. When you play this character, you may move up to 2 damage characters from chosen character to chosen opposing character. So we got some damage counter removal or removal, transferring. So that's pretty cool. An Evasive Archimedes, 2, 2, and 2, where 3 costs. Not bad. Can definitely get away with a lot of things with it being evasive. We got the Earth Giant. When you play this character, each opponent draws a card. I wonder what benefits we're looking for allowing our opponent to just draw a card. We got Gale. When this character is banished in a challenge, return this card to your hand. So you got the endless wind loop there. Pretty cool to have. Keep your card coming back, or it comes back and becomes ink for free for you. We got an Anna card. It looks like she's got some powers of her own. When you play this character, each opponent chooses and exerts one of their ready characters. So that sounds like this bypasses Ward, which can be pretty cool. It can get you a Bucky. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3 Annas. We got the new Maleficent. We got an all-around 2 stat line card. Pretty good. Exciting. We got Retrosphere here. Pay 2 ink, banish this item. Return chosen character, item, or location would cost 3 or less to their player's hand. So it's a 3 cost card, but you can save it, so you can drop it down for 1 and wait to use it when you need to. Could come in handy, we'll have to see. Hypnotic Strength. Draw a card. Chosen character gains challenger +2 this turn. So it's another just card draw, which is great, and you get the benefit of challenging for a little bit stronger. I'm not complaining. You got Rancis Fluggerbutter. Don't say that 5 times fast, huh? 4/4/4 with a 1 lore. Strong stat line there. You got Snow Anna, 3 ink, 2/4 with a rush. Got a lot of rush 2/4s. So you might not be able to take out a lot of things, but you are getting that first challenge out, which can be nice. We got an evasive Daisy Duck here with the 2 stats. Not bad with it being evasive. New Mickey Mouse Enthusiastic Dancer. While you have a character named Minnie Mouse in play, this character gets +2. So if you got those dancers running together, you're gaining lore and you're swinging hard. Swinging strong. Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse. I think that's a 3rd Taffeta. When you play this character, if you have a location of each in play, each opponent loses 1 lore. So for a 1-drop, it's not bad. It sounds like a hey without having to move. And it becomes a new shift target, which is pretty cool. We got Donald Duck here, Daisy's Date. When this character challenges another character, each opponent loses 1 lore. That's not bad. Looks like we got a lot of lore removal options in Ruby. And I have to remember what card it is, but there is that new card that prevents lore removal. So that card might rise in value. You might want to get that card depending on where this new meta goes. We got a 1-drop Simba. When you play this character, chosen character gets +2 strength this turn. Not bad. And I believe that finishes out the deck. So there's a lot of challenging going on in here. There's a lot of exerting with your frozen cards. So this is a pretty controlling deck, and you are preventing your opponent from having characters on board or having lore in general. And with all those challenges, when you're losing characters, you're drawing cards, and it just seems to be a winning deck as long as you get those cards out correctly. It's pretty solid. So that is our 2 starter decks. I think in between scenes, I put my other starter deck in my Deep Trouble box, which you can get on my TikTok showcase. Shameless plug there. That box comes from Rose 3D Workshop, and it is a great box for me to have on my desk, not just for my Deep Trouble game, but just cards that I need to set aside real quick. It is a great box for that. Thank you for that box. And here is our starter decks. Where is my character cards for Emerald Steel? Because now I'm getting anxious and I'm bumping my camera. Ralph and Elsa, Scar and Kronk. Both the decks look great. Just based off the starter decks, I like the Ruby Amethyst more. But if we're going on expanding with the full set, these Emerald cards can be pretty scary, along with even just the older Steel options you got out there. Emerald Steel could run rampant even without Bucky. But there's also a mix of other colors out there. We're scared of the Sapphire cards. We're scared of the Hyper Aggros, which, you know, these cards, or these ink colors did not get starter decks, but it looks like they don't need it based on the cards that we're going to be pulling out of packs. So yeah, these are our 2 starter decks for Shimmering Skies, and we got to open it here with Ready Set Ink, and we appreciate being able to just open cards for the new set. I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. It's pretty long, but it's just content that I wanted to put out, and thank you guys.